Many Americans run, jog, or walk to stay fit. And while they spend millions of dollars collectively on shoes designed for running, at one point or another, a lot of them complain about their aching feet. The increase in running-related injuries is blamed in part on the shoes runners wear. To help us look good and feel great, Lorene Cachola is here with details on whether barefoot running is a way to fix your aching feet.
Well, Joe, I know you're a runner, and many people believe that padding in running shoes will protect your feet. But researchers say that these type of shoes actually change the way that your feet hit the ground. And here to talk to us about this is personal trainer Wendy Holmes. Thanks for joining us,
Thanks
Wendy.
for having me.
Now, what is the difference about padded running shoes and the way that your feet hit the ground?
Yes, these shoes, you know what, they're almost just too good for us. The stability and cushioning in them. What we're finding is that because the cushioning in them is so good that we're striking when we're running and walking with our heel first. And we're seeing some chronic pain, sometimes in the knees and maybe the hips from that. And really what we're designed to do is maybe not strike in the heel, but more in the lateral. And we really need to get back to using our feet. And I first heard this from my Pilates instructor who said, you know, we're losing some of our balance and some of the use of our lower leg muscles because we're using the shoes too much. And maybe we should get back to going barefoot and doing chores and things like that.
So what is really different about it when you're running barefoot?
Yes. All right, so when you are running barefoot or with one of the barefoot shoes, you tend to strike more laterally and on the ball of the foot. And what happens there is the arch and the lower leg muscles tend to absorb the shot and not the knees and therefore the hips as well.
Now, we've seen a lot of people wearing these barefoot running shoes, and you brought a pair in today. Tell me about these. I mean, they look so unusual, but people are really swearing by these.
They are. They're unusual. They got nice bright colors, little places for your toes. Some of the shoe styles you can, get without the toes. They have socks for them. The main purpose of the shoe is to really help your feet from getting dirty and maybe not wet, but they're really designed to do exactly what we said, as if you were barefoot, absorbing here more laterally and on the ball of the foot, and therefore maybe not having as many knee injuries. But this it's not going to do everything in the sense that, you've got to watch the turf that you're on, big limbs and rocks. You're still going to feel those wearing these shoes.
So if somebody decides to make the move from the padding in the running shoes to these barefoot shoes, is there a learning curve, or you just switch your shoes out?
Definitely a learning curve. And the first thing I would say is stop doing it if it hurts, right? You really want to be gradual and you want to be patient with the transition. And you'll find that it's not going to be for everybody. But really, if you might be a candidate for the switch. If you tend to notice chronic pain in your knees, then you could switch to the shoe. You could shoe or barefoot. I probably would recommend at least the shoe. And maybe like a quarter of a mile to a mile in week 1. And then from there, you want to do pretty gradual, maybe about 10% increase in the mileage until you're where you are normally running and walking.
So are these shoes only for running?
No, the barefoot shoes are designed for running, jogging, walking, and even hiking. There's a style of barefoot shoe for hikers now.
Well, Wendy, thank you for showing us all these running options.
You're welcome.
And thank you, and we'll see you next time with more ways to look good and feel great.